So in this video, we're going to be talking about ticker symbol SPCE, Virgin Galactic, and what's going on with the overall stock. This has been a stock that I have been covering on for the last week and a half. If you guys haven't watched my previous videos, I'm going to try to, just summarize really quickly what's been going on. So in my last few videos, I mapped out how we had this double top pattern over here and how that is a really bearish pattern. And, typically it is a bearish pattern. Doesn't mean it has to be, but in this case, again, it was a bearish pattern, just like as it indicates, right? But besides that, also noted that, we were trading in this little channel right here with this resistance level, the support area. And the minute we touched this area of resistance, we ended up selling off, right? We had 3 major selling days where I actually was able to clear some decent profits going down for these days over here. And then, we ended up finding out that on one of these days, Thursday or Friday, I'm not quite sure exactly which day of the week it was, but the founder, Richard Branson, ended up selling $3 million worth of shares for ticker symbol SPCE. And then on my last video on Thursday, I mentioned how, this day was most likely going to be a green day or a moving sideways day. And of course we see the green candles, but if we go and zoom into like a 5-minute chart, you may see how this goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. But if we really pay attention to where it opened in the day and draw a linear line across, we pretty much move sideways. I know we see these big swings for the day, but we move sideways. And I took some option trades. I had some calls, I had some puts, and this day really threw me off. I had a really successful week trading SPCE, clearing $2,000 for the week. However, Friday ended up having me give back a couple hundred, about, I think it was like 200, almost close to 300, and a loss for Friday being what was going on. However, I want to talk about what could possibly happen next. So I know a lot of you guys, you asked this question, is it still a good time to buy ticker symbol SPCE, right? And one thing that I want to know is that you have to ask yourself, if you're looking to get into this for a short-term profit or long-term investment, right? Or are you already in this for a long-term investment as well? Because if you're already in this, I know I got some comments. Individuals were saying how they're bought in at like $50 and they're bag holding this and they're, pretty upset. And one thing that you can do that, I think a lot of investors forget, right? Especially new investors, is that as we sell off and we start bouncing from areas of support with confirmation, you can simply buy in more shares so that you average your price in, right? So that's something that I recommend. But as far as a short-term, profit, I think there's more downside on SPCE. And I think, possibly we could actually touch this area of support at $23.62, right? Now, I know the RSI is saying that we are oversold, and most likely, when the RSI is oversold, that means the selling is done, but that's not quite, frankly, how I view the RSI. I use the RSI as kind of like a secondary indicator, and I pay more attention to what's going on with the overall price action, right? Now, something I also want to mention is that if we go and look over to the S&P 500, right, ticker symbol SPY, which is the ETF for the S&P 500, and we go to the news article, one of the most recent news articles out there, which I'm sure you guys have heard about, is really just how the president of Afghanistan has fled his country, as reports indicate Taliban fighters are seizing security checkpoints inside the capital of Kabul. Now, I'm not sure if I'm saying that city correctly, but regardless, this is really bearish news. This is actually really bad news globally. Now, you may be asking, what does this have to do with ticker symbol SPCE? And you have every right to ask that question, but at the end of the day, big global news does influence the market. And we have Monday opening up in just about from the time of this recording right now, like 10 hours, right? And so Mondays tend to be really red days, and Fridays tend to be really good days. We saw last Friday, we kind of were able to stop the bleeding with a few green candles, but I believe that opening Monday, we're probably going to have a sideways or downtrending day. I don't think there's anything that's going to really reverse the market unless we have immediately great news coming out. But as far as news specifically for ticker symbol SPCE, we don't have anything new coming out, just besides founder selling $300 million worth of shares, between Thursday or Friday. Also, I want to point out too is that, this area over here, right? It looks like it doesn't really have a solid support from the past, which really just leads me to believe that if we're looking at the overall picture, we're still in a downtrend mode, right? And so until we really reverse, until we see, us really breaking above the blue exponential moving average and possibly, breaking this area of resistance, I don't see really much of an uptrend yet. And, again, I don't want to be someone who is a bearer of bad news and gives you bearish news, but, there's a possibility that we could even reach, this low area of $13, right? Possibly around that area. And, I just want to keep you guys open, especially for the people who are investing and holding this long term. You may want to hold out on buying more shares until you get to that true bottom, because I don't think the true bottom has obviously presented itself. Now, again, this could all change if tomorrow we just have a great big reversal, but I don't see that happening. We also saw that some analysts of, from Morgan Stanley also, changed their price target and actually lowered it to the $25 range. Now, that was a little bit earlier in the week of last week, and now we're around the, low or high 24 areas, low $25 areas, but I still think that there's more downtrend to go. Right now, again, I'm not going to be always 100% right. I know you guys see me make these trades, and the majority of the time you guys see me profit, but you have to understand that I do have red days just like I did on Friday. Now, full disclosure, I do have some puts still open on SPCE, and I do have a few calls that I'm probably going to have to just close out because the expiration is coming soon. So with that being said, I'm probably just going to get some shares and short SPCE as we continue moving closer, but I'm going to be really cautious around this area of $23 because we may, touch this area and bounce up a little bit and then perhaps break down even lower. At the end of the day, I don't try to make predictions with the market. I try to see what's going on with the trend and really just trade whatever the market presents itself. And this is something that I really, talk about in the Push and Profit program, which, quick plug, the link is in the description below where you could join and also be a part of our daily briefs where we just talk about the overall market. Now, also, if you guys are wondering, what platform I'm using to trade, I'm using the Weibo platform. I know sometimes you guys may DM me on Instagram or simply may even comment on the video which platform I recommend. And, again, at the end of the day, you could use whatever platform. But, the Weibo platform does offer, great news articles. You can see, what the analysts are saying. You can see the financials for the company, cash flow, income statement, balance sheet, etc. And it also allows you to trade options, crypto, and stocks, which is why I really like the Weibo platform. Plus, it has a great interface, right? And then on top of that, they have a really good promotion where you get 2 free stocks. But you can check that out in the link in the description below. But however, at the end of the day, we really got to see what happens. But with the overall global news being kind of bearish for tomorrow, along with the fact that SPCE, Virgin Galactic, hasn't really shown any good sign of a reversal, I don't really see optimistic to really buy in long, right? Again, once, we reach this area of $13, and if we show like that we could hold above that area, then absolutely I'm going heavy long. I may buy some calls, or I may just buy a whole bunch of shares and hold long term. At the end of the day, we just really have to see what the market presents itself. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what strategy you're looking to take part in for SPCE Virgin Galactic. Sorry for that, I just had to correct myself. And let me know what you're looking to do, what you think might happen. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, as I cover ticker symbol SPCE quite often. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video.